Hello again and welcome back to March Payne's Midlife Dolly Crisis. So, yesterday in our Advent adventure, you will remember that for our faux Barbie, we got this tiara here. We also got a kind of a half necklace because the other half seems to be missing, which is, you know, a bit sad, especially if it was a child opening this. But I guess these things happen, and some of this stuff is not expensively made, put it that way. So that was her. And then from our homemade advent calendar, we got this fabulous two-piece, which is on our curvy Barbie here. This is the curvy Barbie extra doll. And this I was very happy with. It's a really nice and unusually sort of constructed outfit. There's no fastenings on it. You basically just slip it on the doll. So today we're on day 17. So let's put our Barbie to one side. Pop our faux Barbie just to the side here because she wants to see what she's going to be getting for day 17. So day 17 is here. Again, it's not a massive one, but we'll see what we get in here. Maybe we'll get the other part to that necklace. Who knows? Right. Here we are. So we have fabric again. Kind of netted stuff as well. They must have bought a job lot of that. Oh, so this again doesn't feel... Oh, this is interesting. I was going to say, it doesn't feel like it's going to be that long. So this is basically a purple version of the grey version we've already got. So again, we've got this issue with the top, in that they've literally just kind of cut the shape of the bodice and the arm holes and strap and not even bothered finishing it off, which is a bit sad. I do love this whole net drama that's going on though, and we've got this diamante section at the front and we've got net coming up. If the net was a bit higher, I don't think it would matter so much with what's going on at the top because you wouldn't really notice it, but because it's kind of cut just kind of below that bit, you are going to notice it. Last time, if you remember, we were basically saved by having a really sort of large necklace the following day, I think, or a few days later, which kind of covered that bit up, which wasn't so bad. But I don't know if we look so lucky this time. So let's get this on the doll and see what we think of her. So here we go. She's given us a bit of a wave there just to say hi. I've swapped her back to her grey shoes because I thought the green would look very strange with this. I do like this dress. I like the fact that it is not a sort of a huge ball gown like we've had before. I love the whole net thing that's going on. I like the fact that it's a bit sort of, you know, raggedy, which I would normally complain about, but it's giving us a bit more drama. And we've got layers as well, which is always great. I love the kind of the diamante detail on the waist there. Obviously, we have an issue here, which we've already kind of gone into. So I'm not going to say too much about that. Also, this one feels... I don't know if the other one was the same, but it feels like it's actually a lot bigger than it should be. If you kind of pinch the back, you can kind of see how much fabric there is there, which doesn't need to be. But yeah, I guess maybe they don't want to put anything too sort of tightly fitting on the dolls, possibly. And possibly it's easier if it's a bit baggier for kids to get them on and off. But yeah, I'm more or less happy with that. Again, we could put like a necklace on the front just to kind of cover that bit up. I'm still wondering what I could probably do. I might try and do something with them sort of after Christmas, but at the moment, I'm happy to have this rather than one of those big sort of garish princess dresses. So this is what we've got for our faux Barbie. Let's have a look and see what we're going to get from our festive bag today. So here we go. It's looking very sad and feeling very sad. There isn't that much left now, and it's all kind of congregated at the bottom here rather than filling the bag up. I think probably today we're going to try and get something for our 1/4 scale dolls. There should be 2 items left. And that's in kind of the rainbow coloured paper. I'm actually trying to remember what I've actually bought now, but look, let's go for the smaller packet here. So we'll move the bag out the way, and we'll give this an open. So, again, these 2 items were from the wardrobe refresh that was recently dropped on the Virtual Doll Convention in their shop. So you might want to check the website out, because quite a few of these items I think are still available from the wardrobe refresh boutique, if you go and have a look. Let me get this stuff open and let's have a closer look at it. So here are the 2 items. Let's have a look at this skirt first. So this is kind of a denim skirt, which has been kind of shortened. I don't know if that's been sewn. I think that might be just kind of cut there to give us that sort of distressed look maybe in time. This is probably not dissimilar to the pink one that we got earlier, but obviously it's a shorter version of it. Again, we've got working pockets there, which is very nice. We've got the stud detail at the front, but obviously it opens at the front. There we go. So yeah, it does have, that is a working popper, and also have a bit of Velcro there as well, just to make it easier to get it onto the doll. We've got belt loops as well around the waistband. We've got pockets at the back, and it's kind of sewn so it looks like, you know, a proper denim skirt really. So that is the skirt. I've then got this, which is kind of like a leotard or an all-in-one or a body. I don't know what you want to call it. It's basically meant to be a blouse, but because it's kind of, it will fit around the body and under the body, it will kind of stay in place a bit better, I think, than if it was just kind of like, you know, cut around the waist bit there. It's a very soft, a very thin sort of jersey material. Obviously everything is very nicely put together. It's all very nicely sewn up and everything. It's a sort of a brown colour, which I thought was a bit sort of autumny, and brown seems to be quite in at the moment as well. At the back, as you can see, we just have a hook and eye there. So this is different to the one that I got previously. The other one I got previously, again, it was kind of a body, but it was lower cut. It was a different fabric, it was a different colour, and it had buttons. But it's a similar kind of thing. So let me grab a doll and we'll see what they look like in this. So I've got an Elwyn doll here and a Nima doll. The Elwyn one I think I'm probably going to put in this outfit. The reason I've got Nima here, however, is to show you what she's currently wearing, which you might recognise, because this was one of the outfits which I pulled from our Advent bag. So this is an outfit which I essentially bought from AliExpress for a Barbie doll. And as you might remember, I put this on my curvy girl, the one with the pastel coloured hair. It worked okay on her, but the skirt was a bit bulky. I was interested to see if it would actually fit Elwyn, only because it just seemed a bit big on Barbie. And to be honest, it's worked very well. I think you'll agree. So it's done up okay at the back. Now obviously it fits a bit differently on Elwyn or Nima bodies than it would on a Barbie. On a Barbie, it was fairly loose and fairly big. On these dolls, this is more of a kind of a crop top, which is kind of nice, but it fits very snugly, which is fine, and it does look okay at the back. The skirt is probably not ideal, but it does pretty much fit. It is very, very short, so she might not be wanting to wear it in very windy weather or indeed, you know, in winter at all. Also, it doesn't do up that well at the back, and it falls. You can kind of do it up, but I kind of don't think it sits right. I think it needs to be a bit lower it would probably be nicer if it was more around her actual waist, near where her belly button is. Also, if it kind of sat there, it would be, you know, a little bit longer than it is at the moment, where it's kind of bunched up at the top. But obviously you kind of have to work with what the Velcro gives you, don't you? So that is her. So this is the Elwyn that I'm going to put this outfit on. I would have liked to have used a Nima, but I kind of feel like the colours aren't going to go great with Nima's skin tone. So that's really why I'm going to be putting it on this gal. So let me get this on her and I'll be right back. So here is our Elwyn in her newer outfit. So I'd had to remove her hands to take the jacket off that she was wearing in on a previous outfit. I left them off basically because I don't think I would have been able to have gotten this leotard or this all-in-one on, only because the arms are quite tight. So it was a lot easier to keep them off and then basically just put the hands back in once that was on. But that was quite easy to put on. You basically just feed it up the body and it does up with a hook and eye at the back of the neck. And then this went on very easily as well. I've left her shoes on that she had on originally because I didn't really know what else to sort of give her, and because it's got kind of blue in it, I thought that would go with the kind of the deep blue of the denim skirt. I'm very happy with her in this outfit. I think it looks very nice. I think it goes nicely with her colouring, particularly kind of the brown and kind of the autumnal look, especially with her sort of hair and her lipstick. So, just so you know, I've had a little bit of a swap around. So the suit that she was wearing, which is the one that I got my recent Nima in, I've now given to, for now anyway, my Tyler Wentworth Sydney Chase doll. I haven't done it up fully at the back. There's a zip that goes at the back, only because these dolls are quite broad on the top, and I was worried about sort of damaging it or stretching it so that it might not fit, you know, Elwyn's or Nima's again. So I've basically just left it unzipped. But because it's got that jacket that goes over the dress anyway, it actually seems okay. I don't think you really notice that it's not zipped up at the back. I thought it was kind of a nice smart look for her, and it kind of suited her a bit more than the simple outfit that I'd put her in before, which was the white sort of vest top and the pink skirt. However, because I had the pink skirt left, I decided to give that to Life's the Beach for Nima, who was wearing this item from the earlier AliExpress Barbie item that we opened in the Advent Calendar. So I think this goes really nicely with this because obviously it's got that sort of really nice pink in it. And she's kind of got these green shoes on because I thought, well, it kind of, the green may sort of pick up from the green of the actual top, or the green stripe in the top anyway. So that is those three. So look, let me get Faux Barbie back and we'll have a look at her and Elwyn side by side. So here we go. So here are our two glamorous gals. So obviously we've got this purple dress with this netting and diamante and stuff going on for our Faux Barbie. I actually quite like it. I like the grey version as well. I think maybe the grey's better than this version, but I don't mind the fact that, you know, we have the same dress just in a different colour, only because I particularly liked this dress. Obviously there's issues with the bodice again because it's not really been sort of finished off properly, which, you know, is a bit of a shame, but I'm sure there's a way around it. I mean, even just making it into a strapless thing and just kind of tucking this over and kind of sewing along, that might, you know, it might work. I don't know at this stage, but yeah, so that is her in that. And then we've got our Elwyn doll in her new wardrobe refresh pieces here. So we've got this really cute skirt and the sort of the brown top. I wasn't actually that sure when I kind of looked at them again, having opened them, if they would go together, but I think they actually do go quite well. I like the kind of autumnalness of them all, and as I say, I think it really does suit the colouring as well. So What are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments below. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Please subscribe. And if you know anyone else who likes this kind of content, please consider sharing the video. Please remember to check out the list in the description box below, which will have lots of different people doing lots of different Advent openings. Also remember to check out Kim over at the Dolls, the Witch and the Wardrobe, who is doing a collab with me at the moment called the 12 Days of Christmas Barbie Alternating Advent collab, in which basically me and she are opening a 12 Days of Christmas Barbie Advent Calendar alternately, taking alternate days. She's got the 2024 edition, I've got the 2023 edition, and we're having lots of fun with that. So, until the next time, take care. Bye.